Sexual violence near campus.
Restaurant Week comes to Columbus.
And Kyle Snyder's last home match. That's all right here on Lantern News Now. Thank you for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Suarez.
And I'm Jamela Muhammad. You're watching Lantern News Now.
Columbus police are investigating 4 incidents of sexual violence against women near Ohio State's campus. The attacks happened between January 14th and 20th. 2 rapes were reported between the 14th and 15th. Another rape was reported on the morning of the 20th, along with a separate incident of sexual battery. Police believe that the first 2 attacks were committed by the same assailant and are not connected to those that took place on the 20th. Assistant News Director Jamila Muhammad spoke to students about how they feel while walking off campus.
When I lived on campus, I lived on South Campus the entire time, and I've had a lot of I heard a lot of negative things, the Buckeye alerts and stuff with robberies and stuff like that. So I've always been wary about when I walked and what time I walked. But when I moved off campus, I make sure I always use like the escort service and everything like that. And make sure I always go in a group.
Honestly, I'm not surprised, and it makes me feel even more like how I already feel. I don't walk on the street at night. Like, I leave the library before 6 o'clock, before sundown. So I live off campus. I live right off High, and honestly, I'm not surprised that this is happening, but I would have loved to get alerts because, it makes you more cautious and alert. And some people, I see girls walking out around campus at night, and I worry about them because, people aren't talking about the assaults that are happening, and no one is getting informed. So that definitely makes me feel really scared.
I mean, it's frightening knowing that we live so close to our campus, yet there's so many things happening that we don't even find out about half the time, and the fact that so many women and men, too, can be subject to these kinds of violence. And there's really nothing we can do to prevent it except for educating people and actually knowing, signs and letting people know of what's going on in the community to try and stop them before they even happen. So it's just frightening, honestly, to hear those kinds of things and know that people do that still when it's 2018 and it should be completely banished. So
it just makes me feel like I can't trust them because they're not willing to share what they know. So if my neighbor got raped and I didn't know about it, I would feel not only like I could have helped them, but I would feel some type of way towards whoever sends out the alerts, because if that's happening, then we should know about it so that we can protect ourselves and take precaution and action towards it.
On Thursday, President Drake gave his annual State of the University address to students and faculty. Lantern TV station manager Ashley Nelson was there and brings us more.
2017 was truly extraordinary, with many of our most important indicators at record levels and accelerating. I'll name a few. More students graduated from the Ohio State University in 2017 than any other year in our history. More students applied for the entering class of 2017, 52,427, more than any other time in our history. And we continue to trend higher this year in both Ohio and non-resident U.S. applications. Our entering class was also the most academically prepared in our history and the most diverse in our history. Freshmen on the Columbus campus achieved a record high ACT composite score of 29.2. 65% graduated in the top 10% of their high school class. Ohio State also set a record in the number of total minority students that were enrolled at all campuses and at all levels, up by 6.1%. And we had historic highs in particularly the enrollment of Hispanic, Asian, and African American students.
Some students may be having a rough start to the semester. That's because there were 25 confirmed cases of the flu on campus in the first week of classes. We spoke to a representative from the Will Student Health Center about what students can do to protect themselves from the virus.
It's the same advice every season, but particularly important when things are hitting hard. And it's to take good care of yourself, so to make sure that you get plenty of rest, drink adequate fluids, lots of hand washing. Soap and water is best, but hand sanitizer is a good idea. If you know of people that are ill, try to stay away from those folks. If you cough or sneeze, use good etiquette and either cough into your arm or use a tissue and then throw that tissue away. Try to keep your hand away from your mouth and your nose because that's another means of spreading. You can actually pick up the virus from a surface and then scratch your nose and inoculate yourself so that you get sick. Getting the flu shot is always the best information to give people. If you do get sick, some of the key things: stay away from other people, don't keep making yourself go to class, and the ideal from the CDC is to stay home until your fever is gone for 24 hours off of fever-lowering medications.
In the new year, you know, I'm looking for a bunch of new restaurants to try.
Definitely, as a graduating senior, I want to try as many local restaurants as I can.
Absolutely. Luckily, it's restaurant week, so we went out and did just that.
So we're gonna dig into this bread now, and it's warm. It came out warm, so I'm pretty impressed with that, I'm not gonna lie. So we're both gonna get some of this bread. So there's two types of butter here. One she said was, what did she say it was?
Pastrami.
Pastrami, however there's no pastrami in it, and then this is just like a regular butter. So it looks good. I'm gonna actually go for that, see what that is like. Alright. It's super nice and like warm and just like, it just feels fresh, you know? Mm-hmm. Which I like. It's good. Like it's toasty, but it's not like too crispy or anything. Mm-hmm. And the butter is nice, like it's not too much or anything. It's like a nice whipped butter. I like it. I guess like if I should give it a number, I would probably give it like a 7. It's pretty good.
On a scale of like Red Lobster biscuits to like,
I guess like I was thinking 1 to 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It tastes really fresh. I like a good sourdough, and that's what this is. So give it a thumbs up.
Yum. So as Elizabeth said, it was already really, really warm. I really, really like that. She tasted the whipped butter, so I'm gonna go ahead and taste the other butter, which she said is the pastrami butter. It doesn't have any pastrami in it, like she said, but it just has like more of a smoky taste. So I'm gonna just get a little bit, cause you know, never tried it before. Okay.
What do you think?
I like it. It's not too overpowering. You don't like get like a meaty taste. It's just like a little bit of like a tart taste. It goes really well with the sourdough actually. I recommend the pastrami butter actually.
I'll have to try it.
Yeah. Butter and bread wise, if I had to rate it, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. Really good. I like the butter. It's really good. So our salads came out as well. I got the Caesar salad. As you see, it has like I requested tomatoes on it because I'm a tomato kind of girl. I don't like croutons. It does come with croutons, and it does also come with another kind of like little fish fillet. And it also comes with this really cute little cheese crisp for decoration. They're very, very generous with the dressing, which I really like because I hate a dry salad, so thumbs up for that. This cheese crisp is really cute, and it was like this, so it was really cute for decoration. Okay, I'm gonna try the salad now. Let me get a tomato. Yeah. That's really good. All the vegetables taste very fresh. The Caesar dressing is actually really good. Really good. Like it has a really good taste to it, and it's very complimentary toward the lettuce and the cheese. I'm not gonna eat this cheese crisp because I don't think I'm supposed to. But yeah, if I had to rate the salad, I would definitely get like 8.5 out of 10 out of all salads.
Out of all salads?
Well, I'm not a big salad person, but this makes me actually want to be a salad person.
Okay.
So yeah,
I got that.
8.5.
That's good.
Another bite.
We had a lot of fun checking out these local businesses. If you'd like to check out any of the participating locations, you can visit the link in the description box.
Restaurant Week ends January 27th. Now let's check in with the sports desk for the latest in wrestling.
It was senior night at the Schottenstein Center for Ohio State Wrestling, as seniors Nate Tomasello, Bo Jordan, and Kyle Snyder wrestled in front of their home fans for the last time. Ohio State football coach Urban Meyer was in attendance, sitting mat side. Nate Tomasello was the first to wrestle, facing Spencer Lee, who gave Tomasello a rough day. Tomasello only managed one takedown, while Lee prevailed with 2 escapes and riding time advantage to seal the early upset. With Ohio State down 12-7 after several matches, Bo Jordan brought the momentum back to the Buckeyes, having 3 takedowns in the first period, never looking back with a 10-5 victory. Miles Martin continued this stretch with a demanding performance over Iowa's Mitch Bowman, starting off the first period with a 12-1 lead. He would eventually win to give Ohio State the 14-12 advantage overall. Ending the night with the Buckeyes up 5 points, Kyle Snyder finished his home career with a dominating showing over Stephen Holloway, winning by technical fall 24-9. Snyder had 7 takedowns in the first period to build an enormous lead. His win secured the 22-12 victory over Iowa, moving the Buckeyes to 10-0 on the season. They now look to continue their success against Purdue next Sunday. For Lantern TV, I'm Julian O'Donnell.
The Ohio State women's basketball team is 5-2 in Big Ten after losing to number 14 Maryland 99-69 Monday night. The Terrapins held a lead the entire game while shooting 55% from the field. The Buckeyes only hit 39% from the field and missed 11 of their last 13 shots in the game. Ohio State senior guard Kelsey Mitchell led the team with 15 points and added 7 assists. This loss gave the Terrapins the first place spot in the Big Ten. Ohio State will take on Iowa at 8 p.m. on Thursday night. Ohio State football quarterbacks coach Ryan Day has been promoted to offensive coordinator. Day will work alongside Kevin Wilson to lead the Ohio State offense for his 2nd season. This promotion comes soon after discussion that Day was offered a position as an offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans, who recently hired former Buckeye Mike Vrabel. Speaking of Vrabel, it was announced today that Ohio State defensive backs and special teams coach Kerry Combs will be taking a position on the Titans staff. Combs has been at Ohio State since 2012 and has had 3 cornerbacks taken in the first round of the past 2 NFL drafts. It is currently unknown what positions Combs will have in Tennessee. Now let's check on the weather for this weekend.
Thank you. Now I'm meteorologist Grace Devine here at Lantern TV to give you your weather for this weekend. Outside right now we see a temperature of 34 degrees. We're not going to get a lot higher today, only up to 39, but it's a lot warmer than we have been seeing the previous 2 weeks. It's partly cloudy out, and tomorrow though we'll start to see it warm up, but those clouds will remain in the sky. We'll see it get up to 52 degrees on Friday. Then Saturday we're going to see some rain roll on in early in the day, but it'll still be quite warm at 48. And then Sunday the rain will stop, but the clouds will still be there, still quite warm at 46 degrees. So as we go on in through this weekend, we'll see this cold front come on in during the night of Friday. So when we wake up Saturday, there's going to be some rain for us, but it'll clear on out as we go on through the day. We won't see it get that much rain though, as you can see, and we're in this inner brown circle. We'll get around 0.1 inches of rain. So it's not a lot, so it just will be a little downer early on Saturday. And as we continue on through next week, that's when we'll start to see the rain calm down for quite a bit, and the temperatures will drop down once again, but it'll still be a lot warmer than we have been seeing previously. So I hope you go outside and enjoy the warm weather this weekend while it lasts. Back to you.
That's all we have for you this week on Lantern News Now.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Also check out the Lantern on Snapchat.
Thanks for watching and be sure to subscribe.